Dallas won't be seen tonight, so he can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X-Files. Welcome to The Gen X-Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about River's Edge. Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, this movie, god damn, this month has been crazy.
It is. It's been good.
Really good. And the thing about this movie that is exceptional, and it is such a good movie.
It is so good.
It is
over the edge level good.
Definitely, but it's its own thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever seen a movie like this, and we were discussing this yesterday. It is like, it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
But the monster is apathy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The music is counterpuntal and perfect. It creates this feeling of dread and this feeling of just, you know, bum, 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 bum,
Yeah. Well, letting things just kind of play out.
Yeah.
Like, it is just so terrifying.
The fact that it's based on a true story, and the thing about all of these movies this month, these are kids in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, these kids, it's almost like they have no empathy, or they're so detached from reality. They're so detached from their feelings because of their parents getting divorced and the abuse and the neglect.
Right.
That they don't know how to cope with this situation.
Yeah. Yeah. They weren't ever properly instilled with those skills. As a parent, they obviously failed because they weren't teaching them that you care about your friends. You care about everybody.
It is so fascinating because Keanu Reeves, we see the process of him learning his empathy, him feeling like, I see her face. This is wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
What we're doing is wrong, And it's easy to go along when you're a kid because you don't want to be the one that stands out or the narc or the one that gets caught or whatever.
Right.
But everybody's reaction to this is so fascinating. Crispin Glover's Lane...
Yeah,
he is living in a fantasy world.
It was interesting watching because you were like, he's pretending like he's in a movie.
Yeah,
he thinks he's in some thriller action movie,
right? Which lends itself to his wacky, weird performance,
which I hope explains it.
Because everybody else it's very much along the lines of Over the Edge, where it's very kind of cinema verite.
Yeah.
The kids,
very real.
Yeah, the kids have the cadence of real kids.
Yeah.
They're not overly smart. They're not. They're just kind of these average, forgotten kids.
Yeah.
Dealing with the craziest situation. I mean, you have a friend who murdered another friend.
He just literally I killed her.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, and he doesn't have the capacity. So Crispin Glover thinks he's in a movie. He's acting like he's in a movie.
Yeah.
We've got to help him.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's still alive.
Everything about his choices are so weird.
So weird, but it works, right?
Yeah, it works if you believe that he thinks he's in a movie.
Yeah.
Or that he's entered this fantasy world of
it's so obvious, because when he's talking to us, I'm the only one who cares, man. I'm the only one who can deal.
The hero complex, yeah.
He's got this... He and Christopher Walken have probably the weirdest cadence in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
But I love it. I love him so much.
No, same.
And you got Roebuck, who is just a sociopath. I mean, let's be honest. The guy is a psychopath.
Completely psychopath.
And that's what's really cool about it is that, his relationship with Feck, Dennis Hopper, who's also a killer, but
very, very different killers.
Very different killer.
Yeah.
And you get to see more of John Sampson, through this relationship of he's just a psycho who wanted to kill this girl and just because he wanted to see what it felt like.
Well, he felt alive.
The power.
He felt truly alive.
And the scariest thing is he felt in control.
Right.
For the first time. Right. And his life, with his parenting, his lack of parenting, is out of control.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And like, finding control through murder is a little extreme, but, the motivations are there.
That's what serial killers do.
Then you got Ione Skye's Clarissa, who... She's kind of on the fence, but, once Keanu Reeves points out that we're a bunch of sociopaths,
I think she felt the same way. I just don't think she knew how to articulate it at all.
No.
Like, she did not know how to deal with those emotions and feelings.
Right.
And Keanu Reeves gave her the okay to be like, she was our friend.
Yes.
Like, it was weird.
Yeah.
Like, this is not something that's normal.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to come together and kind of find some sort of common ground and explanation for this madness. Then you just got the other guys that just kind of went along with it because you get along to go along. That's how it is with kids. You got the leader and then you got the minions, right? And it's
I mean, if I was 15 and somebody was like 16 and somebody was like, "Hey, there's a dead body," I'd probably go look at it.
Sure. I mean, look. Stand by me. You're curious about stuff as a kid. You don't have the processing power or the empathy or the maturity to be able to process something so tragic and so extreme as death or murder.
It's a very harsh introduction to death.
Yes.
And the fact that Daniel Roebuck Samson was just so nonchalant about it, it was like, I don't even know how to respond to this.
Well, it's so interesting because I was in high school at this time, so this is definitely my age group. And our senior year, we had a girl die from a drunk driving accident. A drunk driver hit her.
Yeah,
she wasn't drunk, and I knew her from plays and stuff. We weren't like friends, but it hit me really hard. It hit us all really hard because it was our first dealing with kid death, one of our peers is dead, and it wasn't so much we were sad about her dying, which we were, but it was more mourning our innocence or holy shit, that could happen to us.
Yes.
Or my best friend or whatever. So it was that there was still a bit of a disconnect with us because that's just how it is. But the craziest reaction, the best, is Joshua Miller's Tim.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves' little brother, Matt's little brother, who, when I first saw this movie, I hated him. Hated his performance because it is so perfect.
He's a little tiny sociopath.
He is a turd.
Yeah.
He is a turd. And
he is.
It's that, I was thinking about it. This movie really got into me yesterday, and I was thinking about it a lot.
Yeah.
And one of the things about Tim is that he's just so cruel.
Yes.
So needlessly cruel to his sister. And the truth of the matter is if you come from a home of abuse, right? And Tim Miller, broken home, we don't know what's up with the dad. The stepdad is, or
boyfriend. I don't even think he's a dad. I think he's just a boyfriend.
He's pretty abusive.
He's very angry and aggressive.
Yeah. It trickles down, man, because I remember when the old man used to smack me, I'd smack the dog, and I would feel horrible about it.
Right.
But you feel helpless, and you feel like you need to show some sort of strength or something to get your power back, and it's just this cycle of abuse that makes no sense.
Having violence put upon you is the complete total lack of control.
Yes.
And you try to find that control in any way you can.
You also learn the power of violence.
Yeah.
Right? I had a lot of fights when I was a kid. I was kind of a Jekyll and Hyde. But it comes from that kind of abuse because you don't know how to process. You're like, why is this happening?
Right.
I had this great dad. He's dead. Now this new guy comes in and he's smacking me around and being a complete asshole.
Right.
What the hell? It makes no sense. So Joshua Miller's portrayal of Tim may seem really obnoxious at first glance, but it's so true to form. The way he struts around and he's trying to be tough and he's trying to act like a man, but he's obviously a little boy.
Right.
And the most powerful part, I love the ending so much, where he pulls the gun on Matt. In any other movie, he would have killed him.
I know. And
other movie,
I just love that he's just like, I'm your big brother.
It's like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you? I'm your brother,
man. And then the look on Joshua Miller's face.
So good. God, he's so good.
He puts the gun down. He's just like,
and then
caught up in the madness.
The fact that when Keanu Reeves grabs him by the shoulder and kind of pulls him in, and he grabs him around the waist, I was like, okay, there is some hope.
Yes.
There is hope.
These aren't horrible kids. These are just kids with no supervision, kids that don't have the tools to deal with the situation. So they're dealing with it however it comes, and that's what kids do. You don't have that impulse control. Right. You don't have that sense of right or wrong that you do as you get older, because your brain is not fully developed until you're like 25.
You're still developing.
And at that age, especially, your hormones and your feelings and your emotions and everything is just on fire. And then you just add this to the mix. It's such a brilliant film. I'm so glad that we closed out with this movie, because it is such a unsung classic of teenage cinema.
I really feel like there's a lot of people that need to watch this movie today.
All three of these movies.
Because this movie is the perfect example of how empathy is important.
Yes.
And I feel like it visually, it's easy to put together, and it visually shows it so well that it's like, this should be shown in classes. This should be shown to kids and be like, you need empathy, man.
Not just empathy, but the tools to deal with these types of situations. This is what lack of parenting, this is what, all the movies this month are examples of what the hell happens without discipline or parenting or structure.
That has been the one consistent thing with all three movies, is that the parents have no effing clue about what to do or what's going on.
Well, they drop the ball. And as we've talked about through the other two movies, it's, man, the parents didn't know what the F to do either, because they're coming from this, they have the boomers, the greatest generation is the parents, and they have all these dads that came back from World War II that are effed up, don't know how to deal with their feelings, these mothers that are, don't know how to deal with their feelings, head down, making sandwiches.
Don't
worry about
everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
What do the neighbors think? Yeah. And so you're in this situation where you're sold this bill of goods with Leave It to Beaver and all these, shows about these perfect nuclear families. And that wasn't the case, because this is the first group of folks from the 70s to the 80s. They're deep in divorce and cheating and careers and poverty. And it was like, Keanu Reeves' mom. It's like, is that my dope?
She's so good in this, man.
So good.
That one scene where she just breaks down and is like, I don't know what to do.
I don't want to be your mom anymore.
I'm just going to leave.
I'm just going to leave like your dad did.
I don't know what to do.
Because you have put me in a position where I am losing my mind.
And Keanu Reeves' reaction to it shows just how good of a friggin' actor he is.
So good.
Because he was just so casually like, Mom, I will come back. I will talk to you. We'll talk about this. I'm going to take your weed, and then I'm going to go meet my friend.
Okay, I'm going to take this joint.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and talk about it.
Yeah. But it was so reassuring and so like, okay. Well, God, it was so good.
He's such a good guy in this movie, too.
Yeah.
And a good guy in a situation where it seems impossible to be a good guy.
Yeah.
You have to have some serious empathy chops. And the way he deals with his daughter. I mean, his daughter, Jesus, his sister.
His sister, yeah.
She's just an innocent little kid who's just looking for love.
That poor kid.
Oh, my God. It's so brilliant. The opening scene of this movie with Joshua Miller holding this ratty-ass doll.
Yeah. I mean, what kicks all of it off is they would have found the corpse anyway, but introduction to the corpse.
Right. But the thing that was so great is you see on his face, I shouldn't do this.
Oh, yeah.
This is F.
But he wants to. He
has to make somebody pay. Somebody has to pay. He has to make somebody feel little, small, sad, and helpless like he does.
Yeah, because that's all he knows.
And it trickles down, baby. So it's his little sister, unfortunately, that takes the brunt.
And again, though, Keanu Reeves, Matt, will you come with me to my little funeral? Of course. Of course I'll be there.
Okay, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Sure.
And he did. He showed up.
He did. He fixed the thing, and then little asshole Joshua Miller rips it up.
Tears it up again.
Tears it up because he's just, he can't see happiness. Nobody can be happy if he's not happy. He's a child. He doesn't understand
right.
how to process all of these. That's the thing, man, is none of us knew how to process these feelings.
Right.
None of us knew how, because we didn't have child psychology.
Yeah.
We didn't have anybody that was like, hey, how you feeling, buddy? What does it feel like to lose your dad and have some new stepdad? Do you want to talk about it? It was like, no. What are you crying about? Stop crying. I'll give you something to cry about. Quit being such a little baby. Get off your ass. Go outside. Pull weeds. It's just there was no
No, I agree. And I think that the large majority of people don't know how to deal with these feelings and never learned how to deal with these feelings.
No, and then we kind of overcorrected as parents with so much child psychology and so much medication. And I'm just kind of talking out of my ass. I don't have kids, and I definitely don't have kids that have psychological problems. But it's interesting to see the ramifications of the parenting of the previous generation to the parenting of this generation. And Gen X parents, I don't know, I think they kind of learned the lesson. They seem like pretty good parents, at least the ones I know.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think they're definitely a lot more empathetic.
Yeah.
And hopefully have been passing that along to their kids.
I think so. I think this new generation has a lot of empathy and a lot of inclusion. And yeah, look, this movie deals with a very tired trope, dead body, but it does it in such a great way. It is unlike any other teen movie that you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And it's very kind of David Lynchian. It's very dark.
There was a point when we were watching it where I was like, this just reminds me of Psycho. Like, Psycho was probably my favorite movie of all time, but it had that slow burn of like, I don't even know what the hell's going to happen.
There is so much oppression pushing down on you in this film, so much doom and so much, you just know that it's not going to have a happy ending.
No.
Because everything's coming to a head. He's going to get caught.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. And Crispin Glover gets more and more manic. God. I mean, he's so manic. He's
so insane.
He's the only one. He cares so much that he does all the dirty work for Samson, and Samson doesn't care. And it's I definitely earned a sixer for this one, man.
Yeah.
And then he gets in this. I think this deserved maybe some Michelob. Oh, and it's warm, man.
Yeah.
I don't get appreciated. And it's just like Roebuck could not care less. Anyway, I could talk about this forever. This is such a great movie. Let's get into it.
Such a great movie. Take yourself back to 1987.
Yeah.
May 1st, Konami releases Castlevania in North America.
Oh, I love that game.
Beginning of the franchise.
Yeah. What's the Beaumont?
Beaumont, yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
Is Beaumont the vampire or the...
No, Beaumont's the good guy.
With the whip?
Alucard is the vampire. Because they couldn't use Dracula.
So they did Dracula backwards.
Yeah.
It's an old trope. But I remember it. I lost a lot of time to that game.
Oh, yeah, same. It's so good.
It had a whip. You had like a chain
whip.
whip.
Yeah. The weird, you could jump, but you weren't animated. You were just like this little,
Oh, God, I love that game.
May 4th, the U.S. Supreme Court rules in Rotary International versus Rotary Club of Duarte that local Rotary clubs do not have a constitutional right to deny membership to women. Other clubs thereafter comply with the ruling. Lions International begins admitting women in June, and Kiwanis Club in July. That was 1987.
That's insane. They still could discriminate against Jewish people, though. But
they had a little asterisk in the Supreme Court ruling.
That's insane to me that it was until 87.
87! I remember when this happened. Yeah. I remember, and even at that time, I was like 9 or 10 and being like, what? Like, why were women allowed?
People were so pissed.
Yeah.
I just want a place where we get away from women.
It's a men's club.
It's a men's club so we don't have to deal with bitches.
What am I going to do when I have to scratch my asshole?
We're going to smoke cigars and drink whiskey. So stupid.
Rotary Club. Barf.
Who would want to join? What woman wants to join those awful clubs anyway? But fine. I just can't believe it took until 1987.
It's crazy. May 7th, Shelley Long makes her final regular appearance as Diane Chambers on the NBC sitcom Cheers, the season 5 finale. She would appear once more in the series finale in 1993. That's Diane Chambers.
Oh, Sam.
Wow. Yeah, I love Cheers. That's why I include this. It's a great show.
Great show. She was great on it.
Always forget that she was on that show for 5 years.
Yeah, it seems like it was less.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like 3, and it felt like it was 10.
That show is so crazy because 2 such important characters left and were replaced by such good characters, and that never happens on a sitcom.
Yeah, that's true.
When Coach died, we thought, oh, man, who can replace Coach?
What are we going to do? Yeah.
And then Woody Harrelson comes out of nowhere, and we're like, we love him.
Home run.
Woody is one of the sweetest, most awesome characters ever.
So great.
Woody Harrelson is so brilliant on that show. And Kirstie Alley came out and made it her own. that sitcom is one of the probably top 5 sitcoms of all time.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
I gotta watch it again.
It's one of the few that I've actually watched through more than once.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. I need to go through it again.
It's so good. God, it's so good.
I need to do. It was so funny. I've been kind of watching some ER.
Yeah.
And I forgot how exciting it was Thursday nights on television.
Yeah.
Thursdays and Sunday nights were so exciting.
Huge.
With Seinfeld and Friends and Cheers and I'm going to say St. Elsewhere. But and then Sunday with The Simpsons, it was so exciting.
Yeah.
And now there's nothing like that.
No, there's not network TV.
Yeah.
May 8th, River's Edge is released in theaters.
Yeah, man. Oh, gotta get you. We gotta help Samson.
So River's Edge starts with the 1981 murder of Marcy Renee Conrad in Milpitas, California.
Milpitas, baby.
Yeah, that sounds like a great place to grow up.
Have you ever been there?
No.
It's
in Northern California,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's the weird part of Northern California.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anthony Jacques Broussard, 16 years old, raped and strangled 14-year-old Marcy.
Good Lord. I didn't know they were that young.
Oh, yeah. Broussard later admitted that he had sex with Marcy's corpse.
Good God.
Yeah. Broussard then went to school and bragged about killing Marcy, showing her corpse to at least 10 people. One of those people kicked leaves over Marcy's corpse and would spend 3 years in prison as an accessory.
Good.
That would have been the Lane character.
Yeah.
Who obviously in this movie did a lot more than that.
Yeah, man.
But they should have showed at the end that he should have gotten arrested because,
yeah.
Well, instead he just laid down on a rock the wrong way.
Yeah, it's so weird.
He was so weird.
Crispin Glover, I love him so much.
He's so weird. After 2 days and at least 10 people knowing about the murder, someone finally contacted the police. When asked why they hadn't reported the body, the students responded that they didn't want to get into trouble.
That is such a kid thing to say.
Yeah. Well,
it makes sense.
They somehow think that they're going to get accused, which, the movie shows that. Keanu Reeves goes and is like, hey, there's a corpse. And they're like, why'd you do it?
It's so typical. It is so... Because I watch a lot of true crime shows.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of those shows is when you get to see the interview, the interrogation room.
Right.
And you get to see the actual interview with these people.
Yeah.
And the way these cops just lie.
Oh, God. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And berate these kids for like 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then, Keanu Reeves like, well, why did I even do it? Why would I even want to report this? Why did you wait? Why'd you do this? Did you help him? Did you do that? And it's like, mother effer, I'm the one. The only reason why you know about this is because of me. Why would I tell you if I was... It's just... Boy, cops are dicks, man.
Yeah,
Some cops are such dicks.
So Broussard was sentenced to 25 years to life and was released on parole on April 6th, 2023.
Neat.
So he's out there now.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, honey, I just met our new neighbor. His name is Anthony Broussard or something. Anyway, he just got he said he was away for a while, maybe overseas. I don't know. Wait, you looked him. What?
What?
Necro, what are you? Murder, what?
He's only like 3 or 4 years older than you.
Yeah, neat. But
he spent 40 plus years in prison.
That's insane. He
is your age and is out now.
That's insane. Look, maybe he's reformed. I can. The kid was 16 when he did it.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know, man. I don't know if he should have ever gotten out. I have a weird. My feelings on incarceration are very complicated.
Yeah, no, same.
If the kid if this old man did his time, he's reformed, and he obviously got paroled for a reason. Yeah. If he was still a monster, they definitely wouldn't have paroled him.
I'm pretty sure that, because they have, most states at least have, they consider age with parole.
Yeah.
And I think that he also has some
health
issues and stuff.
Probably.
So I think they were like, all right, just go to a home and hang out.
Just go die somewhere.
Yeah, but he's only not even 60 yet.
And it's so nuts.
He's turning 60 this year.
That when we're doing this movie, the kid is out.
Yeah.
That the murder is already out.
The murder is out, yeah.
That's how long this movie is, how old this movie is.
Yeah.
It's watching these movies, they feel like they're 10 years old to me.
Oh, I know.
Not 40.
No, not 40.
Good Lord.
Means, yeah. So Neal,
I am old.
Yes, we all are. Neal Jimenez had just transferred to the UCLA School of Film, Theater, and Television when Marcy was murdered, which would inspire him to write the script for River's Edge.
Interesting. It totally lends itself to a screenplay. It could have been just this horrible TV movie or something.
He did a great job with the script. And the director did an incredible job of interpreting that script.
It's one of the most effective teen movies ever,
yeah,
in my opinion. And it's also an incredible treatise on apathy and, what happens to kids when they don't have any structure or discipline or parents that are that are taking care of them.
Yeah, it's a very, very deep film. He actually, if I remember correctly, I think he actually turned the script in as like a final thesis project in film school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. In 1984, while a film student, Jimenez went hiking with some friends and slipped on a rock, falling 20 feet into a shallow pool below.
Ugh.
He was initially paralyzed from the neck down, but subsequent surgeries restored movement to his upper body, making him paraplegic.
Oh, my God.
Eventually, he would write and co-direct the film The Water Dance, which was partly based on his experience in rehabilitation. It stars Eric Stoltz as a successful young writer who must deal with his new life confined to a wheelchair. It won Best First Feature and Best Screenplay at the 1993 Independent Spirit Awards.
That's a pretty good movie. Have you seen that?
I've never seen it.
It's good. It has our favorite actor from Mad About You. What's her name?
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt. She's actually pretty good in it.
Okay.
But yeah, it is. It's a good movie if I remember correctly. And Eric Stoltz is really good in it.
This movie's written very well, so I'm very curious about what else he's done.
Well, it's also a very kind of frank depiction of what it is to be paralyzed.
Yeah.
It doesn't gloss over it or gloss over the messy parts. Right. If I remember correctly.
Hemdale Film Corporation expressed interest in Jimenez's script and agreed to distribute the film with Tim Hunter directing.
Okay.
Hemdale had started as a British production company producing movies like Tommy in 1975 before moving to Hollywood in 1980. They ramped up production and produced The Terminator, The Return of the Living Dead, Hoosiers, and Platoon.
Not a bad first four.
No. Platoon would end up winning Best Picture at the Oscars. There are some others they did in between that, but those are the ones that
stand out.
I liked. So, yeah. Tim Hunter had co-written Over the Edge, released in 1979 before turning to directing, making his feature film directing debut in 1982 with the film Tex, based on the S.E. Hinton novel.
The more and more we talk about it, the more I want to see Tex.
There's A, so many people in it, and B, Tim Hunter's an amazing director.
Yeah.
So, I am very curious.
Same.
Tex would end up making $7.4 million off the $5 million budget. In 1985, he released Sylvester, starring Richard Farnsworth and Melissa Gilbert. It is not what I thought it was when we said in Over the Edge. It's about a woman turning a livestock auction horse into a champion jumper, not about Richard Farnsworth being an angel, as I reported in Over the Edge episode.
Yeah. Well, he's
totally wrong.
He's a sweet man in it.
I was totally wrong.
I think he's the trainer.
Yeah. I just love Richard Farnsworth. He's so good.
Everybody. If you don't love Richard Farnsworth, you're a monster.
That's true. It was a small film that didn't do terribly well at the box office. Hunter was considered a perfect director for River's Edge, given the critical success of Over the Edge.
Yeah, and the way he works with teens is incredible.
Oh, yeah. So the cast, Crispin Glover is Lane. Crispin Hellion Glover was born in New York City, but moved with his family to Los Angeles at the age of 5. He was named after the St. Crispin's Day speech from Shakespeare's Henry V, which his father, an actor, and his mother, a retired dancer, loved.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this kid came from.
Oh, dude. Hellion is his real middle name, his father giving it to him after using it himself, as he didn't like his own middle name, Herbert.
Okay.
So
Hellion.
Glover started acting on stage, appearing in The Sound of Music at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion in downtown L.A. at the age of 13.
I am 16 going on. That's a recording of him singing,
okay. He started getting TV gigs, appearing on Happy Days, Family Ties, and a pilot with Nick Cage that was never picked up.
I would love to see that pilot.
Oh, God, that would be interesting. Now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can probably find it somewhere. Glover's first feature was in 1983 with My Tutor, about teens trying to lose their virginity first.
Okay. This was when he was kind of normal. He was just a little bit weird.
He hadn't, yeah.
But that movie is pretty problematic.
Oh, really?
Well, it's about a kid who gets a tutor who's older than him, of course, and he's in high school.
It's a French tutor, yeah.
Yeah, but she starts tutoring him in l'amour. And so she teaches him how to F.
No, okay, well, that's some issues.
There are so many movies about older women effing younger boys back then.
Yeah.
Class, with the two guys effing their moms.
Loverboy was essentially about
Loverboy,
that.
yeah.
I mean,
but these are like These were rape. This is statutory rape. Yeah.
Minors.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like all fun and games.
So Glover followed this up with 2 movies in 1984. Teachers, starring Nick Nolte, Joe Beth Williams, Ralph Macchio, and Judd Hirsch.
Guilty pleasure.
I've never seen it. It looked interesting.
It's a movie. It was one of the first movies about what a pain in the ass it is to be a teacher.
Oh, okay.
And like the budget cuts and the kids are insane, and it was. We'll definitely cover it on our like weird
Education Month?
Because there's so many of these types of movies.
Teachers and My Tutor.
Yeah. And The Principal.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi.
Yeah. Glover was also in Friday the 13th, final chapter of the 4th installment of the franchise.
Oh, yeah, where he's like the virgin.
This is where he started to get a little weird.
He was still pretty normal as the guy.
But there were definitely some moments in that movie, like the dance.
Yeah.
Whoo, buddy.
Well... He was a highlight of that movie, though.
He was great, yeah.
And he's so bummed out because the one dude is such a dick to him.
Yeah.
And teases him relentlessly until he just almost cries. Stop teasing me, man. I'll get Michael Myers to cut you up, man.
In 1985, Glover took on his most iconic role, George McFly, in Back to the Future.
Keep your damn hands off her.
Ironically, did you know that he's 3 years younger than Michael J. Fox?
I did not.
I didn't either, but that blows my mind.
Well, Michael J. Fox was like 30 when he was doing Family Ties.
He was. I mean, he was like 30 when he did this movie. He wasn't. Yeah.
He's one of those little guys that always. He's like a Macchio.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
60 years old. Macchio still looks like he could be a teenager.
Oh my God. He's still got a baby face. It's crazy. Glover had some major issues with the ending of the film and wasn't quiet about it. It caused a bit of a rift with Bob Gale, writer and producer.
Yeah, he was absolutely right. He was like, look, so the ultimate win is to have a rich family. So money is what the prize is. Being rich solves everything.
Well, they easily could have shown, because Bob Gale's response, I watched a ton of interviews about this.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about this way more later the year when we actually cover Back to the Future.
Yeah, later this year we're going to do all 3 movies. We're going to do a Back to the Future month.
Yeah, but it was just like you easily, because Bob Gale was like, oh yeah, no, it's about them getting closer together. And Glover's response was, through money?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And it's like, well, then you don't have to show that.
Yeah.
Why are you showing that they have more money and a nice house and like
he finally gets the car
and
everything,
all this stuff? It's like you
it's a
easily could have shown
yeah.
them being nice to each other and loving without being materialistic.
It is a definite 80s materialistic ending.
I literally never considered that until I started reading about Glover's lawsuit. And then
he's absolutely right.
Yeah. So we'll get way more into that in Back to the Future because it's a big part of it. Big part of it. After Back to the Future, Glover wanted to act in films that question the status quo and appear in films that more aligned with his view of the world.
I respect the shit out of that.
This led to him auditioning for Samson in River's Edge.
Ooh,
he originally auditioned for Samson.
Yeah, no.
I think he's weird enough, but he definitely does not look like a type.
No. Watching the movie, he is lame.
No, he's totally lame.
And Samson is just too quiet and,
yeah.
He probably could have pulled it off.
It would have been interesting. But I feel like whoever got cast as Lane wouldn't be as convincing.
No.
And we would have missed out on Daniel Roebuck, and he was so good in this.
Daniel Roebuck's quiet descent into madness is, it's why Daniel Roebuck continues to get work as this movie.
Yeah.
It's not Night Shift.
Oh, my God. And Daniel Roebuck, we'll talk about it, but Jesus H. Christ.
Really?
That man has been in like 5 billion different projects.
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
He works all the time. Anyway. After River's Edge, Glover found that he had a hard time finding movies that aligned with his interests, so he sought out directors that he wanted to work with, including David Lynch on Wild at Heart in 1990 and Hotel Room in 1993.
Yep.
John Boorman on Where the Heart Is in 1990.
Okay.
Oliver Stone in The Doors in 1991. And also Glover is the first actor to portray Andy Warhol on film.
He did a really good job.
He did. I thought he was a highlight of that movie.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper on Chasers in 1994.
Yeah.
And Milos Forman on The People vs. Larry Flint in 1996.
Great movie.
Great movie. I love The People vs. Larry Flint. It's such a great movie.
Me too. My buddy Sean used to work with Milos Forman a lot when he was a cinematographer.
Nice. In 2000, Glover started taking blockbuster movies to make money to fund his own filmmaking. He appeared in Charlie's Angels as the mute Thin Man, a role he reprised in the sequel in 2003.
Great role.
So good. He was definitely the highlight of that movie. Uh-huh. The character had initially been written as a speaking role, but Glover, noting that the lines were as written were all exposition, convinced the producers to eliminate the lines to create a precise image for the character.
The only time an actor is ever asked to have less lines
it is
in a movie.
So brilliant.
Yeah.
So from that money that he made with all his blockbuster movies, he would create 2 films. What Is It in 2005 and It Is Fine. Everything is Fine in 2007.
I love that title. One of the films was about Down syndrome kids.
What
right?
is it?
Yeah.
What is it? They're not. This is the thing. All the actors are Down syndrome
Right.
except for one guy who has like MS or something. But none of the actual characters have Down syndrome.
Wow.
So they're playing people. Non-Down syndrome people.
It was an awful way to put it.
I don't know how to, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say
people.
it.
No,
They're
I
just
know exactly
playing,
what you're saying. They're playing
non-afflicted people.
Sure.
And Crispin Glover's in it. I went to the Egyptian in like 2009 or 2006. It was shortly after it came out. And he introduced the movie, and I watched the movie with a friend of mine. He also did a reading from his book he had just released, which essentially was a redacted version of how to kill rats in like 18th century London.
Okay.
It was very weird.
Yeah.
The whole thing was super weird. He was awesome. He was in a 3-piece suit. He looked great.
Well, he always wears that pinstripe 3-piece, like old school.
He looked great, but the movie is essentially about a kid that discovers a pet snail and then accidentally kills it with salt and then is searching for another snail.
Okay.
That is the whole movie. But Crispin Glover plays Satan, I think, in it. And like it is just so bizarre. And I've never seen it's not really a sequel, but It Is Fine, Everything's Fine I've never seen.
I haven't seen it either.
They're so weird and very him.
He's an artist. He wasn't very good, but he was in the remake of Willard, the rat movie.
I didn't mind the remake of Willard. Although granted, I don't know if I've ever seen the original.
The original is freaky deaky, man.
Okay. Because it was like early 70s, wasn't it?
Either late 60s,
late
early
60s,
70s,
yeah.
and then there was the sequel, Ben.
Was that the sequel to Willard? Oh, I didn't know that.
Because Ben is in Willard. Ben is the black rat that's kind of like the smart rat that
there's a whole rat universe I didn't even realize existed.
Yes. And then, the most famous thing from Ben is the Michael Jackson song.
Right.
Ben,
right.
The two of us need look no more.
Oh, yeah.
We both find what we're looking for. It's a song about a rat. A love song to a rat.
But I didn't mind the remake of Willard. And again, though, I went into it fresh, so I mean, I don't know.
I'd like to see it again. I think it's probably better than it is. And I have a much better appreciation of Crispin Glover. Because I wasn't a huge fan when I was younger. I just thought he was a weirdo.
Yeah, well, the whole thing where he and again, we'll talk way more about him in the future, but when he was on Letterman and almost kicked him in the face.
Yeah, it was banned.
And got banned, and he was just being weird for weird's sake.
And his house is it's like Vincent Pricey. It's very cool.
Oh,
It's very gothic. He's just one of those people that is cut from a different cloth. He's just marches to his own beat, and that's a beat most people don't hear.
Yeah. Most recently, Glover can be seen in The Third Parent, a feature based on a creepypasta that's coming out sometime this year.
Great. I'd love to see it. I'm glad he's working. I love him.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves was cast as Matt. I also really love the fact that all the characters just have the most generic kid names.
Matt, Lane, Feck.
I mean, Lane is probably the most out there.
John.
But Tim.
Tony.
It's just wow, all right.
Kevin.
I had to keep looking to see who was who because the names were just so generic.
Yeah.
It was
that's also what makes it so true to life.
It's very true, yeah. Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon in 1964.
Whoa.
I didn't know if you knew that, man.
I didn't.
Yeah, his parents divorced when he was 2, and his mother moved him to New York with a short stopover in Sydney before landing in Toronto after his mother remarried.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of different countries by the time you're 3.
Yes. Reeves started acting in Toronto, appearing in a production of Damn Yankees at the age of 9.
Damn Yankees!
It's also really amazing that Keanu Reeves is such an amazing person. I mean, beyond the whole, how he owns the internet because he's just a great human being.
Right.
But, his parents divorced when he was 2. His mom got remarried. The guy that she remarried when they moved to Toronto, they were only married for, 2 years. He stayed in Keanu Reeves' life and actually advised him on, acting stuff.
Nice.
Because he started acting young. But then she got remarried again, was married for like 3 more years, then got remarried again. Like, it was just this revolving door of, like, dudes coming in.
Not to mention all the personal tragedy. It was like his fiance dying.
But it's just amazing that he's such an empathetic person. So Reeves appeared in the Canadian TV show Hangin' In 1984. He made his feature film debut in Youngblood in 1986, starring Rob Lowe, Cynthia Gibb, and Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, baby, about hockey.
Was it about hockey?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Youngblood, he was the good. He was the. Rob Lowe was like the hockey player, the good hockey player. And Cynthia Gibb was his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made it. They did it.
He followed that up with Flying, a Canadian drama starring Olivia Dabo. And then River's Edge casting director Carrie Fraser recalled about casting Reeves in the movie.
He walked in the door, and I went, oh, my God, this is my guy. It was just because of the way he held his body. His shoes were untied, and what he was wearing looked like a young person growing into being a man. I was over the moon about him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that pretty much describes Keanu Reeves in this movie.
Keanu Reeves, as soon as you see him, you're like, that guy's going to be a movie star.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's so handsome.
He's just magnetic.
Magnetic and down to earth. And for so many years, because of Bill and Ted, he got the short shrift, man.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
Really, really great actor. And I think he got derailed by his fame for a number of years. And and people discount him, and it's one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen in my life or heard in my life is Kevin and Bean. They were interviewing Keanu Reeves, and I think it was Bean was like, "You're a horrible actor." And he's like, "Oh, well, if that's what you think." He's like, "You're an awful actor." And he's like, "Okay, all right." It's like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, what do you know? Okay.
I love Kevin and Bean, but I was just like, dude, you're a dick.
Wrong. Wrong.
It was his reaction was like, okay. It's just he's got that air about him. You know? He's got that, way of talking.
Well, and he doesn't. I can imagine that he's just like, all right, man. If you think that, that's great.
Everybody else in the world does it.
Shit.
I have like 8 franchises that prove you otherwise.
In 1988, he appeared in 4 films the night before, co-starring Lori Loughlin, with Reeves getting top billing.
Yeah, I kind of remember that movie.
Permanent Record, co-starring Pamela Gidley, Michelle Myrink, Jennifer Rubin, and Alan Boyce.
Ooh, Jennifer Rubin.
Yeah.
She was big in the 80s and then disappeared.
The Prince of Pennsylvania, co-starring Fred Ward, Bonnie Bedelia, and Amy Madigan.
No, I've seen that.
Yeah, about coal miners in Pennsylvania.
Oh, these Prince of movies. The Prince of New York, Prince of Pennsylvania, the Prince, the Little Prince,
Princess Bride.
Purple Rain with Prince.
Right. Dangerous Liaison, starring Glenn Close, John Malkovich, Michelle Pfeiffer, Uma Thurman, Susie Kurtz, Mildred Natwick, and Peter Capaldi.
I always forget that came out before Bill and Ted.
Yeah, that was arguably his biggest movie to date until 1989, appearing in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which would make $40.5 million from a $10 million budget and became a cult classic.
Be excellent to each other.
He was just so perfect in that part.
Perfect. Both of those guys.
Both of them,
Alex Winter and he. It was such a perfect parody of that type of character.
It was, yeah.
It was the dumb...
It was so spot on.
So spot on, but what was so funny about the 80s was they had all of these stoner characters that did not smoke pot.
Yeah.
Because it was like PG-13.
I was like rewatching it in college. I was like, shouldn't they be smoking pot?
Whoa, we are total stoners who don't smoke pot.
It's always just off screen. They're just smoking off screen.
Sure.
Reeves would become an action star in 1991, appearing in Point Break with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
I did not realize that was only 2 years after Bill and Ted.
Oh, such a good movie.
It's just so bad, but it's so good.
So good. Anthony Kiedis, man. I love him in that movie.
The whole movie is just so ridiculous. He would cement his action star status with Speed in 1994, co-starring Dennis Hopper.
Oh, back together with Feck.
Yeah. As in that one, he was missing limbs again. It was just fingers.
Hey, hotshot. Pop quiz hotshot.
And with the Matrix franchise in 1999 and the John Wick franchise in 2014.
Good Lord. That guy has had some franchise. And he turned Bill and Ted into a franchise. Wasn't there 3 of those movies?
There were 2.
I thought there was a third sequel. Nope. They did a third movie.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, with the daughters. Yeah.
Were they in it?
Yes, it was them.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, it was them, and then their daughters had to like save the world or something. They started a band.
That's right. There was. It was like that wasn't too long ago.
No, it was very recent.
Yeah.
A couple of years.
That's right. God, I don't think I've ever seen that. I totally forgot that movie existed.
It was fine. It was cute.
Reeves will be seen in the upcoming films Good Fortune, written and directed by Aziz Ansari, with Reeves playing Gabriel, a budget guardian angel.
That looks good. I've seen the trailer for that. It looks really funny.
Interesting. Yeah.
I really like Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
I think he's a smart guy. I trust him.
Yeah, it's going to be I think it's his directing debut. He's going to be seen in Outcome, written and directed by Jonah Hill. Ugh. Oh, just wait. With Reeves playing Reef Hawk, a damaged Hollywood star who must look into his past to confront demons and make amends after he is extorted with a mysterious video clip.
I am so over.
I want to see this just for Keanu Reeves.
I'm sure he'll be great.
Jonah Hill can...
Jonah Hill is insufferable.
Suck an egg.
Insufferable.
Perhaps the most interesting movie that Reeves is going to be in. The entertainment system is down, about a long flight and the boredom that ensues after the entertainment system goes down on the flight.
Okay. I'm curious because how can you sustain that?
It is, I believe they're still casting because it has got a huge cast.
Interesting.
So I'm really curious. It's like one of those one set, movies, and curious to see what happens with it.
Yeah, no, it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that how are you going to pull it off? I got to see it.
Yeah. So Ione Skye was cast as Clarissa.
Clarissa explains it all.
Well, she didn't in this movie.
No, she didn't.
Ione Skye Leach, her full name, was born in England, but was mostly raised in Los Angeles and San Francisco after her parents split before she was born. She made her film debut in River's Edge.
So weird how her and Keanu Reeves, both parents split when they were either not born or 2 years, before 3 years old.
Yeah, young.
How can you? God, that must have been so tough to get divorced when you just have a baby.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh, no.
Oh, it happens a lot.
Oh yeah, but
man, babies break people.
Well, because the problem is, it's like, well, let's have a baby to solve the problems, and it's like, well, no, it exacerbates the problems.
Well, I think that's part of it, but I think even then it doesn't matter. I think like you're like, yeah, we'll have a baby, and then they realize I did not want this.
Ugh, it's gross. I'm out of here.
I did this is way more work than I was expecting.
I'm gonna go get a pack of smokes.
See you in 20 years.
See you never.
Yeah. She was cast in the film. Ione Skye was cast in the film after a casting director saw a photo of her with her brother, Donovan Leach, who was an aspiring actor at the time, despite Skye not having any acting experience.
Well, she's gorgeous.
She's pretty.
She's gorgeous in That Girl Next Door.
Yeah.
She's so believable in this movie as a high school kid.
And she is charming. She has great chemistry with Keanu Reeves. Yeah. Like, I totally bought all of it. As soon as it didn't seem like it was like, oh, those two should get together. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, we're here now. And it just made sense.
And her character has a lot more depth. Yeah, and we get to know her. And that's what's great about this movie is all these characters are very surface. They seem very vapid. But once you really get to know them, it's just, that's their defense mechanism, really.
Yeah. She followed the River's Edge up later in 1987 with top billing in Stranded, a sci-fi horror film.
I don't know if I remember that.
I need to check it out. It looks interesting. It's about aliens. 1988 saw her in A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon, starring River Phoenix, Ann Magnuson, Meredith Salinger, Matthew Perry, and Johnny Galecki.
Ugh, that was like another movie like that Patrick Dempsey woo-woo kid, or, it's another one of those.
We talked about this during National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because of Johnny Galecki, and I agree, but it was actually... Go listen to that episode again, because the director had it stolen from him and re-edited, and it was not the movie he wanted to release.
Oh.
Yeah. It ended up being released... I believe he did his own cut of the movie and then re-released it later.
Okay.
And it was a much better movie.
Called Another Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon.
If I remember correctly, I think that is the movie I'm talking about. It might be totally wrong.
Okay.
She became a household name. Ione Skye became a household name by appearing in Say Anything opposite John Cusack in 1989, written and directed by Cameron Crowe.
It's another great teen movie.
Yeah.
And she's so good in it.
Yeah. Skye has not had the biggest career since then, most notably appearing in Wayne's World in 1994. I mean, she's had a very steady career, just not in the biggest movies. Like, she's been very consistent. She supplanted her film career with appearances in TV, including guest spots in...
The Twilight Zone, The Dead Zone, Life as We Know It, Arrested Development, Private Practice, and Beef. There's another movie that she was in that's a huge guilty pleasure of mine called The Rachel Papers.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. No, I read about it, but I have never seen it.
It's really... It's based on a book. It stars her and Dexter Fletcher.
I don't know who that is.
Dexter Fletcher, you'd recognize him if you saw him. He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's a director now.
Oh, okay.
I think he's directing the 3rd Sherlock Holmes movie.
Interesting. I didn't realize they were doing another one. Okay.
No, but and James Spader was in it as well. And it's just this weird movie about this weird kid, Dexter Fletcher, who looks like a very young Mick Jagger kind of.
Oh.
And he comes up with this plan to find a girl, and this is the girl he finds. It's just this really weird. The Rachel Papers is him using a computer and everything to devise a plan to get this girl.
Oh, okay.
And then once he gets her, it's like, ooh.
What do I do now?
Kind of. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember really digging this movie, and something that I watched a few times when it was on HBO.
I'll also do some more research on it.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. It. She's great in it, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. She will next be seen in Anaconda, starring Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Selton Mello, Daniela Melchior, Tandoi Newton, and Steve Zahn.
What an interesting cast.
Yeah, also interesting. The name might sound familiar because it is the 6th installment in the Anaconda film series and a reimagining of the original film.
The original film had Jennifer Lopez.
The original film was fun.
Yeah, and Ice Cube.
Did you know there were 5 sequels to it?
Yes, unfortunately I do.
Did you know the last one came out in 2015?
Yes.
Did you know that they're all crap?
Well, the first one was fun.
The first sequel?
The first movie was fun.
Oh, no, I meant the sequels.
Oh, yeah, the sequels are all
Sorry,
horrible.
there were 4 sequels after this. This is the 6th one. So in Anaconda, Ione Skye will be playing Jack Black's wife, so I don't know how much actual screen time she has, but
hopefully a lot.
Yeah. Roxana Zal was cast as Maggie.
Oh, I had such a crush on her when I was a kid.
Everybody did. Zal started acting at the age of 11, appearing in an episode of Heart to Heart in 1981.
Heart to Heart, I take care of the hearts.
Her feature film debut was in 1983 in Table for Five, starring Jon Voight and Richard Crenna. She would win the Young Artist Award for Best Leading Young Actress in a Feature Film for her role.
I think that was another one of those bunch of kids from different families thing.
No, it was Jon Voight. It was divorced.
Yes.
And he has 3 kids. He wanted to take his kids on a cruise because he wanted to get to know his kids more. And then dinner was always set for 5 people because he wanted to meet a lady and bring her in to introduce to the kids.
And he met Richard Crenna and fell in love.
And no, Richard Crenna plays his wife's new husband.
Oh.
Yeah, it's super weird, and like he totally ignores the kids. I don't know. I read way too far into it because I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, I remember, but I don't.
Roxana Zal plays the like level-headed like daughter. The boys are like insane and like stealing food from the galley and stuff and like all this. But anyway. Okay, but she would win the Young Artist Award for Best Leading Young Actress in a Feature Film.
Well, good for her.
Yes. And that same year, she would also appear in Testament, the nuclear war film, earning a nomination for a Young Artist Award for Best Young Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, Comedy, Adventure, or Drama, which was what they had changed the award to from the previous year, which she won. But she lost to Molly Ringwald for 16 Candles.
No. Well,
sorry,
that's respectable.
It's just I like to add in the stupid titles for these awards because they're all so dumb.
Awards are dumb.
But the funny thing is that she was in 2 movies in the same year, and she was nominated twice in the same category over 2 years because of the way they were released.
Oof. Sometimes you start super strong, and then there's nowhere to go but down.
Yeah, unfortunately. In 1984, she appeared in the TV movie Something About Amelia, playing the lead who was molested by her father, winning the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Miniseries or Movie, beating out Beverly D'Angelo, Patty Duke, Cloris Leachman, and Tuesday Weld.
That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. You know what's even more impressive? At the age of 14, she's the youngest person to ever win a Primetime Emmy Award.
Really?
Yeah.
Way to go, Roxana Zal.
The next oldest, I think, is 16 or 17.
Okay.
But unfortunately, she never achieved the level of success she did early on in her career, most notably appearing in Under the Boardwalk in 1989, a teen comedy starring Keith Coogan and Danielle Van Zernock.
Under the Boardwalk.
Also, I will send it to you, and I will post this once we get the video up, or once we get released, because it has the worst video Photoshop I've ever seen.
Really?
It is for the home video.
Yeah.
They stuck Steve Coogan's face or Keith Coogan's face on somebody else, and it is so obviously badly photoshopped. It's like 4 times too big for the body. Like it is. I'll show it to you.
Steve Coogan
it's
from
so awful.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
It's so awful.
Dishes done, man.
In the early 2000s, Zal left acting and became a fashion designer. Her final role was appearing in 64 of 66 episodes of the telenovela Watch Over Me, which aired on My Network TV, a digital broadcast channel. Daniel Roebuck was cast as Samson, a.k.a. John.
Daniel Roebuck.
What's that?
That's Daniel Roebuck.
Oh, okay.
I was saying yesterday that Daniel Roebuck looks and sounds like David Schwimmer, but looks like David Schwimmer if they pulled him out of a river 3 days into the bloat.
3-day bloat Schwimmer.
But he's just got that same face. He got the same way of talking.
So Roebuck made his feature film debut in 1985 with Cave Girl playing the lead about a boy who gets lost in a cave, finds a time portal, meets a hot cave girl, and tries to sleep with her.
Okay.
It's a sex comedy.
Yeah, it's pretty primitive.
And I gotta say, that is the worst log line ever, but I want to see this movie. God. It looks so bad.
I'm sure I saw it.
For his audition for River's Edge, Roebuck arrived in full costume with his hair slicked back with KY jelly and 2 beer cans in his front pockets.
Ooh, he's a rebel.
He wanted that part so bad.
I get it. Casting sucks, man.
Oh,
and
it does.
Sometimes you got to go in and make yourself stand out somehow. And coming in, and you always hear these, oh, he came in his character. So, man, when I went on an audition and some a-hole did that kind of crap,
you're like, fucking F you, man.
In and out of the room in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Because most people can't pull that F.
No.
I'm going to walk in a character and just be the dick. Yeah. It's like, no, they don't want that.
Yeah, you're not going to pull that off. Yeah. And not everybody can be Keanu Reeves, who can just walk into a room and they go, you're it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I just had a baby.
He followed up River's Edge with 2 movies in 1987. Dudes, directed by Penelope Spheris, co-starring John Cryer.
Ugh, I remember this movie, not very good.
He also was in Project X, directed by Jonathan Kaplan, starring Matthew Broderick and Helen Hunt.
We gotta save the monkey.
Yeah.
That was his big line. We gotta save the chimp.
Daniel Roebuck actually played one of the monkeys.
Go, chi. That's how he made monkey sounds. It's weird. Go, chi. It's not what a monkey sounds like, Dave. It's what my monkey sounds like. I was in River's Edge.
Roebuck is probably best known for playing a cop in The Fugitive and its sequel, U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals was awful, but yeah, he was really good. He's a solid character actor.
He played Mr. Banks in Agent Cody Banks in 2003, and the sequel, Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London.
Such good movies. If you haven't seen The Banks...
The Banks saga. Yeah. He's worked with his Rob Zombie 3 times in The Devil's Rejects, The Haunted World of El Superbeasto, and 3 from Hell.
I did not know those last 2 ones existed.
3 from Hell I knew, because that was the one he fought so hard to get made for a long time. The Haunted World of El Superbeasto I thought was an animated thing.
It might be, yeah.
But
I think, yeah.
It came out in 2009. I don't know. He also worked a number of times with Don Coscarelli, including Bubba Hotep, John Dies at the End, and Phantasm Ravager.
John Dies at the End and Bubba Hotep are both great movies.
Yeah, and the Phantasm sequel should not have been made. But it was one of the many that should not have been made. But Don Coscarelli created Phantasm, and that was, seminal horror movie.
Yeah.
Bubba Hotep's great. John Dies at the End, have you ever read the book? The book is incredible.
All right.
I would say it's even better than the movie.
Well, it usually is.
Roebuck has had a very long career, including on television, notably appearing in 55 episodes of Matlock from 87 to 95. He was Matlock's private investigator.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love the fact that he did that essentially the year after he played a child murderer.
Yep. Yeah. I never saw Matlock.
I never watched Matlock.
Even though I was a huge fan of Andy Griffith.
Yeah. 14 episodes of Nash Bridges from 96 to 2000.
I never saw that either, and I'm a huge...
What's wrong with you?
I know, 2 guys that I'm huge fans of.
Yeah.
Don Johnson.
13 episodes of A Minute with Stan Hooper, starring Norm Macdonald. You've never seen that either, and you're a huge fan of Norm Macdonald.
I probably did see that.
Actually,
because I do love Norm Macdonald.
He was on 9 episodes of Lost from 2005 to 2010.
Yeah, he was one of the others.
No, he played Doc Arst.
I was the
He was one of the survivors. Did you not remember? He blew himself up.
All right.
That was him. You got some Arst on you. That was the whole line.
Yeah.
And I never realized it was Daniel Roebuck. I don't know why.
Yep.
14 episodes of Woke Up Dead in 2009, starring John Hader. It was on Crackle or something. 10 episodes of The Man in the High Castle, which is the Philip K. Dick. It was on Prime. It was one of Prime's
that's
very
the
first.
Nazi.
Mm-hmm. Nazis take over America. Alternate universe, yeah. And 5 episodes of 911.
Yeah, I'm not in my 60s yet, so I haven't started watching that.
He also appeared in 22 television films, including The Late Shift in 1996, playing Jay Leno.
He's playing Jay Leno. He's playing a guy. That's his impersonation.
That was it. That was literally the whole thing. Roebuck has provided voice roles in video games, including L.A. Noire, voicing Gary Finkel in Dead Rising 3, and Grease Dritus in both Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I didn't know he was Grease. I thought that was the commish.
No, it's Daniel Roebuck.
But it sounds exactly like, the dude from the commish.
The commish! I don't remember who it is, but
the guy... Oh, you mentioned him later in Wired. Chiklis. Michael Chiklis.
Oh, was it Michael Chiklis? Was he the commish?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought Grease was Michael Chiklis.
No,
sounds just like him.
Daniel Roebuck.
Daniel Roebuck doing Michael Chiklis.
In total, Roebuck has currently appeared in 226 projects, including 14 in 2024.
It's insane.
I don't understand how he works that much.
I don't know. He must be a nice guy.
He loves working. Apparently, he doesn't say no very often. I mean, I really liked him in this. I thought he nailed this very well.
Everybody did. He was excellent in this. I mean, look, he'll always have props for this movie. He was great as Samson.
He'll be seen in the upcoming film Attack of the Killer Tomatoes Organic Intelligence, co-starring David Koechner, John Astin, Dan Bakkendahl, Verney Watson, and Eric Roberts.
They took my thumb, Charlie. They took my thumbs.
I believe it's actually a sequel. I think it's being done by the original guys who did Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
It's weird. With this and the Toxic Avenger coming out with Peter Dinklage and Kevin Bacon, it's like they got all these stars doing these.
Toxic Avenger looks awesome.
It does.
I'm going to give it a chance, but it's like, come on, man. We need original stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was clamoring for an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes sequel.
Not unless they bring back George Clooney.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That was a great movie, though.
Joshua John Miller was cast as Tim. Little Tim.
Little Tim.
It didn't go by Timmy because God, he'd murder you if you said that.
You know what's really funny about Tim is like all of his movements are so pronounced that I'm pretty sure Elizabeth Berkley watched River's Edge 1,000 times before doing Showgirls.
Probably.
And used his exact, over the top way of moving around. He was strutting his stuff, baby.
Miller was born in Los Angeles to actor and Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Jason Miller and actress and Playboy pinup Susan Bernard.
Ooh.
Miller's half-brother is actor Jason Patric.
Really?
Didn't know that.
Did not know that either.
Miller appeared in several plays and was involved in dance from a very early age.
He moves like a dancer.
Yes. He starred in the Los Angeles Ballet Company's production of The Nutcracker for 3 consecutive seasons, beginning at age 7, and later appeared as a dancer in Janet Jackson's Grammy Award-winning Rhythm Nation 1814 video.
Okay.
Which is weird, but...
Okay. Really weird. Because he's a weird-looking kid.
He is a very weird-looking kid. Miller made his feature film debut at the age of 8 in 1982 with Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Woo! We love that movie.
Which I think is what I remember him from the most.
Yeah.
Because the whole time we were watching it, I was like, and I'd never seen this movie, I was like, I know him from something.
Yeah.
It has to be Halloween 3.
Probably.
Corey Haim was originally cast as Tim, but developed pneumonia during the first several days of filming and was replaced by Joshua Miller.
I'm glad he was. And that's not a dig against Corey Haim, because Corey Haim was a really good actor when he was a kid. Like, watch Lucas, man. He's amazing in that.
Yeah. Miller followed up River's Edge with Near Dark in 1987, which also might be what I think of him in as,
Yeah.
By the early 90s, Miller decided to go to college, attending Yale and Antioch universities, and studied creative writing at UCLA.
Ooh.
In 1997, Miller released a pseudo-autobiographical novel called The Mao Game, about a 15-year-old child star attempting to cope with heroin addiction, memories of past sexual abuse, and the impending death of his grandmother, who has been diagnosed with cancer.
Oh.
It would be made into a feature film in 1999, co-produced by Whoopi Goldberg, starring himself, Kirstie Alley, and Piper Laurie.
Never heard of it.
I never have either. In December 2003, he completed his MFA in creative writing at the University of Iowa, meaning that I was most likely... No, I was out by that point. But I was most likely in Iowa City with him at the time.
You guys could have been buds.
Yeah, and I mean, we did have a bunch of the MFAs that were working as TAs and stuff, so it's possible. He only acted in one more film, The Wizard of Gore, co-starring Kip Pardue, Bijou Phillips, Crispin Glover, Brad Dourif, Jeffrey Combs, and the Suicide Girls.
Okay.
It was a remake of the 1970 Herschel Gordon Lewis Splatterfest.
That sounds interesting.
And it was directed by my friend, Jeremy Kasten.
Well, that sounds really interesting.
And the greatest, I produced some shows with him, and we were heading over the Hollywood Hills, and he was on the phone trying to convince people to come. and all I hear is him talking to Crispin Glover while we're in his convertible driving over the hills, and Crispin's like, "Nah, I can't make it.
Can't make it.
But I was just like, what world is this where I'm sitting in the car with somebody talking to Crispin Glover?
Awesome.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty fun movie. It's the original's really great, but Jeremy did a really good job with it.
Great, I'd love to see it.
In 2015, Miller would have his second feature he'd written released called The Final Girls, starring Thaisa Farmiga and Malin Ackerman.
Yeah, that's not a bad movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah, he started writing with his life partner, M.A. Foreman or M.A. Torman or something.
Yeah, I just watched a interview with the two of them because I was curious what he looked like now, and they were talking about the Exorcism or whatever that movie is.
Yeah, the latest one. Yeah, they write together all the time. They would co-create the TV show Queen of the South, a crime thriller on the USA Network, which would air 62 episodes over 5 seasons, starring Alice Braga.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be pretty good. I've never seen it. He most recently co-wrote and directed The Exorcism in 2024, starring Russell Crowe, which is not The Pope's Exorcist, which was released in 2023, also starring Russell Crowe, in which he has the most ridiculous Italian accent ever.
That movie sucks.
It was so bad. So bad, so laughable. The Exorcism is essentially about an actor who's shooting a movie like The Exorcist, and then it ends up like
being
demons
real.
Come in and all this stuff.
Okay, interesting. I'd like to see
haven't
it.
actually seen it. The Final Girls is a great movie, so I'm very curious.
Well, it's fun to watch the two of them because they've been together since like 2013.
Yeah, they've been writing. Yeah.
And, to be romantic partners and working partners, there's got to be a lot of stress.
Yeah. Tom Bauer was cast as Bennett. He was the cop who yells at Keanu Reeves.
That dude has, he's been in everything.
Yeah. He made his feature film debut in 1976 with 2 Minute Warning, starring Charlton Heston fighting terrorists at the quote-unquote Super Bowl.
I love that movie.
They couldn't call it the Super Bowl because it's copywritten. Over his almost 50-year career, Bauer has appeared in A Massive Retaliation in 1984, the film debut of Bobcat Goldthwait. Bobcat Goldthwait plays a hillbilly.
Well, it's a big stretch.
Beverly Hills Cop 2 in 1987. I believe he ends up being one of the cops that's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Wired in 1989, the biopic of John Belushi, played by Michael Chiklis.
Ugh, awful movie. Never should have been made. No. And almost destroyed Michael Chiklis' career forever.
You know what's funny? That was written by Earl MacRausch, the guy who wrote the Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh.
Yeah. Bauer was also in Die Hard 2 in 1990, Raising Cain in 1992, The $1 Million Hotel in 2000, The Hills Have Eyes in 2006, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans in 2009, The Killer Inside Me in 2010, based on the Jim Thompson novel. We Have a Ghost in 2023, his final film role. He also appeared in a ton of TV.
The Rockford Files, The Waltons, The Bionic Woman, Lou Grant, Hill Street Blues, Murder, She Wrote, Miami Vice, China Beach, The X-Files, The West Wing, Monk, Cold Case, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, playing Pop Pop, Criminal Minds, and Lucky Hank.
Lucky Hank in 2023 was his final role as he passed away from natural causes on May 30th, 2024 at the age of 86.
Oh, he was such a good actor.
The funny thing is that I remember him most as Pop Pop of anything else. He's only in 2 episodes.
Oh.
But he's so good in that.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. Constance Forslund was cast as Madeline, Matt and Tim's mom.
She's so good.
Yeah, Forslund had more success in TV than films, appearing in
The Doctors, Fantasy Island, One Day at a Time, Taxi, The Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island, Trapper John M.D., Chips, Magnum P.I., The Love Boat, Murder, She Wrote, 30-something, Sliders, ER, Castle, and Baskets.
Movies include
Hail, The Way We Were, The Great Bank Hoax, Uncommon Valor, Baby Boom, Village of the Damned, Clock Watchers, and The Far Side of Jericho.
And when I say that she was more in TV than film, literally all of those movies you just listed and River's Edge were the only movies she was in. She hasn't acted since 2019, but is still around at the age of 75.
Great. The part of the movie where she breaks down and is basically like, I'm leaving like your father.
Yeah.
Because she has a nervous breakdown because her 12-year-old son never showed up back home. He's torturing her youngest daughter, and her oldest son is stealing her dope and not around either to help out at all. And it is so, watching her, her whole character arc in the background is fascinating.
Yeah.
And her with her boyfriend, Jim. A bad Jim. I hate bad Jims. But he also was kind of like, that's the thing. is he wasn't horrible. He was a dick, but he also was like he cared about the kids. He went out chasing after them, and he pulled off.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves from beating up, Tim. So at least he had some sort of connection. I guess.
I mean, yeah, he seemed like he was trying.
But it's just he's the freeloader boyfriend. It's a lose-lose.
Leo Rossi played Jim, Madeline's boyfriend. He is best known as the foul-mouthed EMT Bud in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
He worked with Jonathan Kaplan on Heart Like a Wheel in 1983 and The Accused in 1988, playing the main antagonist.
Yeah,
He also played the main antagonist in Maniac Cop 2 in 1990.
That's where I know him most from.
Maniac Cop 2. Yeah. Rossi got the lead in Relentless in 1989 from William Lustig, the director of Maniac Cop, playing a detective tracking a serial killer. He would reprise the role in 3 direct-to-video sequels released from 1992 to 1994. His last film role was in 2018 with Gotti, starring John Travolta as a titular character. Rossi also wrote the script for the film.
Well...
he was mostly in a bunch of B movies and like direct-to-video stuff. I mean...
he is who he is, and he had a career for the whole time.
He kept working. I mean...
God, he was not good.
No.
Sorry.
He's still around at the age of 79, just hasn't been working much.
Well, good. Hopefully put him back to work. He's always solid.
Yeah. Phil Brock was cast as Mike, the older brother with the pickup truck.
Oh, yeah, Mike.
Yeah. Brock made his film debut in Tex in 1982, the first film directed by Tim Hunter. He's had a real steady career, and it's something that we'll talk about him again in the future. Nothing too notable, except for his own YouTube show, Brock on Your Block, which aired from 2015 to 2020 with 143 episodes.
He was the one guy that looked like he was about 30. Like, he didn't look as teeny as the other teens.
No.
But he was great, that whole Crispin Glover, come on, we need your truck, man.
No!
I'm not doing it. I'm not leaving. And then he just a look on his face.
Right to him in the driving the truck.
He was kind of the comic relief of the...
Yeah.
Of the movie.
He was definitely sore thumb, stuck out a lot. Yeah.
Well, he gave us the very few laughs that we have in the film.
Right.
They were needed.
Josh Richmond was cast as Tony, one of the friends.
Tony.
Richmond's film debut was in Thrashin' in 1986, starring Josh Brolin.
It's so funny to hear Josh Brolin talking about Thrashin'. It is hilarious, because he's like, every skater came up to me and hated that movie. Hated me because of it. Because it was just like such a crappy Hollywood version of the skate culture.
So bad. That same year, he was also in Modern Girls, starring Virginia Madsen, Daphne Zuniga, and Cynthia Gibb.
Yeah.
His other 80s movies include The All-Nighter, Fright Night Part 2, and Heathers.
I remember most from Heathers and Fright Night Part 2.
Fright Night Part 2, yeah. He had a 3-episode guest spot on 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, man. I think he was like this drug dealer. It was like a 3-parter, and they were undercover, and they kind of got to be friends. But he had this... He's a very kind of Anthony Kiedis type. He's just got this kind of very California...
Very, yeah.
Very like Northern California.
Yeah.
I knew so many dudes that looked and sounded exactly like that dude.
In 1991, Richmond met Guns N' Roses, which led him to directing the video for their cover of Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die.
He was so close with them during this time that he appears in the booklet for Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Nice.
Big mega double album that came out.
Yeah, baby.
I got it at midnight when it came out.
Okay.
I made my brother get it for me.
You're a big Guns N' Roses fan.
I was. God, he was huge. He also does the spoken word part on their cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door, which is funny because I randomly think about that once in a while. And I'm like, why is that in there? And who the hell is that?
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
It's the whole bit where suddenly it's like, beep, boop, 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 because somebody picks up the phone and then he's like, hey man, you gotta, life is coming all the time. And it's like, what the hell is this?
You gotta start knocking on Heaven's Door.
It's so weird, but it's funny that it's Josh Richmond. I had no idea.
Yeah, I love him.
He appeared in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang in 2005.
Great movie.
Such a great movie. He most recently appeared in The Fanatic in 2019, written and directed by Fred Durst, starring John Travolta and Devon Sawa.
Now,
sorry, that was the most telling pause ever.
I think I saw this, maybe?
The Fanatic? I
think that The Fanatic is John Travolta, and he plays this weirdo that's
he's
obsessed
with Devon Sawa.
Devon Sawa, who's like an action hero or something.
Yeah. I think so. Dennis Hopper was cast as Feck.
Feck, man.
One-legged Feck.
Yeah, don't do that to her. You put her down, man. That's not cool.
It's crazy how he is a killer with empathy.
Well, the thing about this performance of Dennis Hopper, which I absolutely love, this isn't the Apocalypse Now Dennis Hopper or the crazy Dennis Hopper, man. You go, oh, there's everything everywhere, man. Yeah. The hippie Dennis Hopper.
He's very reserved.
Very reserved.
Yeah.
And it's such a cerebral performance for him.
Yes. Yes.
And it's so much in the eyes, and it showcases what an amazing actor he is. And he just kind of self-parodized himself towards the end of his career.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is one of my absolute favorite performances of him because it is such a bizarre character.
Yeah.
And it could have just been a caricature because it's like, oh, he's this one-legged woman killer pot, not even dealer, just gives pot to the kids.
Yeah, he doesn't even, he just hands it because he grows it or something.
His sister does.
Oh, okay.
She gives him the feck pot, which is crap pot, but she also gives him the Humboldt stuff, which he smokes and doesn't give to the kids. And, he's got a relationship with this blow-up doll because he can't have a relationship with a real woman.
Well, she's a surrogate.
A surrogate for the woman that he killed.
Murdered.
Because he loved her so much.
Yeah.
The scene with him at the end in the hospital, after we found out what he did to Samson and everything, and he's just like, that kid was broken.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice, man.
Yeah.
And he was right. I mean, he was right. It's like there was no hope for that kid.
And, what's really crazy is that him killing Samson helped him get over killing his girlfriend. Like, he threw her into the water and then was like, and that whole sequence was so, and again, so brilliant on Tim Hunter's part.
Yeah.
Because it was just slow push in on him talking. And then I always love those movies and scenes where, like, they're obviously talking to somebody, but you never see who they're talking to. Yeah. And he's just like, all right, I'm done. I think I need to go to sleep now. Yeah. Like, I think I'm good
cops.
for now. I mean, or a therapist, psychologist, or whatever. But, like, but it was just so brilliant. God, it was so brilliant.
Yeah, you see him, the wheels are turning, and he's got the gun, and then we cut to Keanu Reeves and Ione Skye for the shot.
Yeah.
And then we don't know. And then once you see the doll in the river, you're like, oh, he killed the doll.
Well, yeah, that's what I was like, either he shot himself, he shot Samson, or he shot the doll.
He shot Samson
and he shot Samson
and threw the doll away.
I was fully expecting during that sequence where he's doing the monologue at the end for him to look at the camera and then it just cut to black and be like, no, he's talking to you the whole time.
Ooh.
Like, it was just this weird feeling. But anyway, God, he was just so good.
Amazing, really.
Hopper started his career in 2 movies with James Dean, Rebel Without a Cause in 1955 and Giant in 1956.
Yeah, it's crazy to think of Hopper as just a studio guy. Like, he was part of the studio system, getting paid $200 a week and thrown in different movies.
1969 saw Hopper appear in True Grit and Easy Rider, which he also directed, his first feature directing job. He was in a ton of stuff, and his career is too long to go in this episode, and we're going to 100% cover him in something else.
Well, I mean, we got to do Easy Rider.
Yeah. The Easy Rider and True Grit were the biggest movies of the year. For the part of Feck, actually, director Hunter wanted John Lithgow.
Would have been amazing.
Lithgow would have been great. The part was also offered to Harry Dean Stanton, who
would have been great.
Great, too. But he passed the movie on to his friend Dennis Hopper, who was cast.
I'll tell this again, because every time I hear his name, I have to tell. One of my favorite memories in Hollywood was go to the Oyster Bar on Sunday nights, and we would watch Harry Dean Stanton sing the blues and just get drunker and drunker and drunker until he could barely stand and barely sing. But he was the greatest. And I would be from me to you, sitting there eating oysters, drinking beers, and getting spit on me from the most passionate singer I've ever seen, Harry Dean Stanton.
So Hopper has had a very long, strange career, and we'll certainly be talking about him more in future episodes.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I find it hard to believe that it took us 231 episodes to get to Hopper at all.
It is crazy.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, it's funny, I'm writing the script, I get to the very end, I was like, oh, it's Hopper. I'll just put a few things in, and then I open it up, and I was like, oh, I'm going to spend an hour reading through all his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the guy's a legend. He's
such
a legend.
A huge career.
A legend.
Sadly, he passed away after a long battle with prostate cancer on May 29th, 2010 at the age of 79. He weighed less than 100 pounds before he died.
Cancer's, it's evil. It's the only word for it.
Yeah.
I used to go by his house, or he had this amazing home in Venice that was like a a living museum. I mean, the whole thing was just an art piece.
Yeah.
It was insane. He was a great art collector. He was just an all-around artist and a tortured guy, but a genius.
A brilliant artist, yeah. Danny Dietz was cast as Jamie. She's the corpse.
Oh, yeah.
Dietz was actually waiting for her friend in the waiting room who was auditioning when the casting director saw her.
You look great nude.
You could look good nude and dead.
Gross.
About her appearing dead and nude for 90% of her screen time, Dietz said,
I never considered any of the ramifications, like how horrified my family would be, or to have a theater for people to see me naked at 19. But that's the beauty of being 19. You don't look ahead.
Yeah, she has gone on record saying that she was extremely embarrassed about it afterwards.
Well, sure.
She was like, I didn't really think through all this.
But look, it's going to sound weird, but what an amazing performance.
Yeah.
And the fact that they keep coming back and she's a little more decomposed.
A little more
not decomposed, but
pale
a little more,
and a little more.
Yeah, you can see like
pallid.
the eyes are gone, and it's horrifying. And she did a great job as a corpse.
Yeah. Dietz actually went on to become a music video and commercial producer, working with
Beyonce, Selena Gomez, Ed Sheeran, Jennifer Lopez, Calvin Harris, Elle Goulding, Lana Del Rey, Meghan Trainor, Sting, Missy Elliott, Shania Twain, Janet Jackson, and Jewel.
Yeah, she's had a really long career. But, she started as a naked corpse.
Yeah, well, there you go. See? Started as a naked corpse. The only place to go was up.
And of course, I cannot. I would be remiss if I did not mention Taylor Negron, who pops up in his signature cameo as the liquor store clerk.
F you, man, F you.
So I can't. Yeah, I just love that he's like, I can't sell this to you. Come on.
He's so good. And it's like, it's not like it was like, ooh, Taylor Negron popping up doing a cameo, campy cameo. He was so great.
He perfectly spot on.
He was perfect. I just want to mention one more guy before we move on. Jim Metzler.
Oh, yeah.
Who he played the teacher. And, man, he was so good. In the scene.
Oh, yeah.
With, after all the guy gets arrested.
At the kids.
And he's just like, nobody cared. And then that one lick spittle little brown noser kid's like, I think it's despicable. And he's like, oh, great. Way to get on your high horse, you little shit.
Shut up, Brian.
Shut up, Brian. That little kid guy. But I get his frustration.
Of course, because it seems like they're all just so apathetic.
It's just like, F you guys. Yeah. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Nobody understands. It's like, how could you do that? But it makes total sense if you're a teenager.
Yeah.
You're so right about the I didn't want to get in trouble aspect. Or I also don't want to get other people in trouble.
Yeah.
To, again, quote Matt Dillon, the only law is that a kid who tells on another kid is a dead kid.
Yeah.
And it's just like that weird mentality. And also the get along to go along, the whole peer pressure aspect of it. And then you just have Crispin Glover's Lane relentlessly like, she's gone, but he's alive, man.
Yeah,
we gotta help him.
It's like, dude, calm down.
And the craziest thing, too, is they see their friend dead. No reaction. Nothing.
No, the biggest reaction was Keanu Reeves turning and walking away.
But when Samson was dead, Lane lost it. Like, sat there. I mean, to the point where he laid down weirdly awkwardly on the rocks.
Weird rock thing.
Your choice is Crispin Glover.
Like, what are you doing? I'm laying down.
Okay, I guess we'll use it. That's fine.
Well, we're out of film, so I guess we're going to move on.
But he's so dynamic in this movie. He is the energy and the engine of this film.
But this is the thing, is that as a movie, it makes sense that his character is more upset about Samson dying. Because we just watched him spend 90 minutes, and in the movie's case, like a couple of days, trying to help his quote-unquote friend get away with murder.
Right.
And then it was all for nothing.
But is he sad because his friend is dead, or is he sad because the movie's over?
He's sad because it was all for nothing.
Exactly, but it's also like the fantasy that he created around this whole thing. The movie,
it's
over.
Yeah.
The movie has doesn't have the ending that he wants. And I think, he's mourning the adventure, quote unquote,
being done,
rather than his friend.
I agree.
And when he lays down, I think it's because he's emotionally exhausted. It's it's his representation of that. And then he probably explained that to the director, and the director's like, okay, arty party, I guess we'll do that.
Sounds good.
Whatever, Crispin, just shut up.
Crispin, you just do your thing, man.
I'm going to add syllables to every word.
Here's the thing, though. In casting, I didn't include this quote, but there was a quote from the casting director and a producer who saw him. He did all of that during the audition. And so they knew going in, and they were like, we knew it was going to be weird, but we thought we could work with it.
They did. It's again, when I saw this movie when I was younger, I was bothered by his performance as I was bothered by Joshua Miller's performance.
Yeah.
But as I'm older and maybe a little more seasoned and hopefully a little smarter and wiser, the motivations behind both of their performances are brilliant.
Yeah.
And at first glance, he looks like he's over the top, but that's his character. That's who he is. His character is living in a movie, and every move he has some sort of thing going on.
It gets so much more intense by the end. He's like accenting every single phrase.
But what's so brilliant is like he's like, I don't know in my mind, and then he uses his other fingers for Keanu's mind. It is such a deceptively brilliant performance, and that's what Crispin Glover is. And I also think Joshua Miller too. Those are the two really unsung heroes of this movie.
Oh, agreed.
Everybody's brilliant in it, but they get to react normally, I suppose. They get to be like just kids. Keanu Reeves is so just a kid, and Ione Skye and Tony and Maggie. I mean, they're all just normal kids. There's no...
Right.
They're just trying to get along and do their thing. But then you got these, these bigger performances. It's just so crazy that, like... Dennis Hopper isn't a big performance as fact. He's a small performance.
No, yeah.
And it all just works so well together. A lot of times with this show, watching something with the years and years and years of perspective makes you see things in a different way and enjoy it in a different way.
Oh, yeah,
and I definitely did this movie.
Totally. So Tim Hunter originally wanted to shoot the film in Los Angeles, but instead opted to shoot near Sacramento because it had natural locations more conducive to the screenplay.
And the space also lends itself to that thing that we talked about with Over the Edge and a little bit with Bad Boys is there's just nothing to do.
Yeah.
Nothing to do but get stoned and drink beer and, go get in trouble.
Yeah. The crew arrived to shoot scenes along the American River, but were forced to leave due to a major flood. So they ended up shooting the film in Sunland, Tujunga, in Los Angeles, a community in the foothills above Burbank.
Pretty close to here.
Yeah. Filming took place between January and March of 1986. Hunter said,
"It was an area where people with tuberculosis could come to sanatoriums for the clean air. By the time we shot River's Edge, it had become a smog pocket, but it was full of river rock houses that gave it a land that time forgot feeling."
Yeah, it does just feel like this weird generic... I didn't realize... I knew it was shot around Los Angeles, but I didn't really realize... It didn't feel Los Angeles until I saw one of the street signs. Yeah. And I was like, hey, that's an LA street sign.
Yeah, no, it felt very Northern California.
Yeah.
The most depressing part about that movie is that Feck owns a home.
Well, or is he just squatting?
No, he owns that house. Feck could buy a house. In 1987, a one-legged crazy guy whose girlfriend was
literally
a blow-up doll.
On the run for murder for 20 years.
Who gives free weed to kids can own a house.
Yeah. Well, that's Northern California for it. Yeah. The score was written by Jürgen Kneiper. Kneiper worked with Wim Wenders a number of times, including The Goalie's Anxiety at the Penalty Kick in 1972, The Scarlet Letter in 1973, The Wrong Move in 75, The American Friend in 77, Room 666 in 84, Wings of Desire in 87, and Lisbon Story in 1994.
I love Wim Wenders.
Wim Wenders is amazing.
Wings of Desire is an amazing film.
Incredible movie. He also did, I didn't put this down, but in 1981, he also did the score for Christiane F., the We the Children at the Bahnhof Zoo, which we had talked about the remaking it.
Yes.
But it's essentially about a girl who wrote a book when she was 13 and she became addicted to heroin.
Oh.
By the time she was 14, she was addicted to heroin.
Damn.
But it originally came out in 81, and they're redoing it as like a miniseries in Germany right now. But it was a huge thing. And Kneiper, I should know how to say this, he would work with Tim Hunter again in 1989 with the movie Paint It Black.
Okay.
But the score was great. I mean, the score was spot on.
The score was so, like I said, counterpuntal. It is different than what you would think.
Yeah.
From it did have Slayer, which was awesome.
Well, I mean, they included a lot of.
But all
Slayer.
of the songs, the Slayer songs, and stuff were radio.
It's all diegetic.
Yeah, but the oppressive soundtrack or the bum 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 bum, added to the horror feel of this movie.
Totally.
Which this is a horror movie, but it's not Michael Myers. It's Samson and Apathy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the crazy thing is the kids are like, I don't know, Samson might kill me.
Yeah. It's like, what?
And he might.
Yeah, because he just did it because he wanted to.
It's just this weird thing. It's like Scream, where you have this horrible thing happen, but in a weird way, it's exciting for kids.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something new.
Yeah, it's like, we're bored, so let's go do this thing.
The crazy thing about all of these movies is they're very apt for today too.
Yeah.
There's still that disconnect. There's still apathy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And with social media and all the BS and all of the, more tools that we have to disassociate ourselves from reality and from actual people, I would like to see a version of this story told today.
Yeah.
Because, today it would be like snap, selfie.
Taking selfies
it'd be like you
body.
get caught because you'd be putting some Insta. Sorry, I'm not going to use children's terms anymore. It's not just the murder. It's just the way these kids are growing up, the way that they're parented, the way that they're taught in school.
Yeah.
There just doesn't seem to be anybody that's on their side or has their backs.
Right.
Or that's at least giving them the tools to become decent human beings. I mean, even the teacher, he's just hearkening back to, man, when we were young in the summer of love, we changed things, man. We stopped a war, man. What did you guys do? You guys did nothing. And it's like, well, there's no war to stop, dum-dum.
We didn't have a war to stop.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
But even he, it's like, you guys are nothing. It's just these kids are just getting essed on.
Yeah, constantly.
And they don't have, it's not like they can go to their parents and be like, hey, I found a dead body, or, this guy killed somebody, because their parents are dealing with their own crap. The one kid, Tony's dad, who shoots through the window, doesn't even open the window to shoot with the shotgun.
The whole sequence was he was like, oh yeah, okay, hold on a second, and then goes and gets the shotgun and shoots out his own window.
It's crazy, and that's not a crazy thing. In Lubbock, Texas, I was playing Spotlight at 12, and some dude kicked open his door and started shooting a shotgun at 12-year-old kids, chasing us, and just shooting blindly at us. So it's like that shit happened.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with this film. I'm so impressed with what such a small film can do and how different it is. And that's the one thing about all of these movies, even Bad Boys. They're so different from any other of the teen coming of age or the teen movies that we're used to. And they challenge you. This movie challenges you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this movie especially. Yes. So, River's Edge premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF, on September 10th, 1986. Producer Midge Sanford recalled the screening, leaving the audience divided.
Some executives from a small distribution company wouldn't look at us after the festival screening. People either embraced it or were very put off by it. It didn't get picked up right away.
The film was ultimately purchased for distribution by Island Pictures, which released it in the U.S. on May 8th, 1987.
Well, it's like, who's the audience for this? I get it. It's a challenging movie. It's like kids aren't going to be running to see it, but they did.
It ended up grossing $4.7 million from a $1.7 million budget. So it made money.
It did. Tripled its money.
River's Edge received largely positive reviews from critics. Gene Siskel ranked River's Edge the 7th best film of 1987.
All right. Good for you, Gene.
While Roger Ebert awarded the film 3.5 out of 4 stars, calling it
the best analytical film about a crime since The Onion Field and In Cold Blood.
And that's some pretty good company.
Yeah, both great movies, and he's right. It is an amazing analytical film about a crime.
Yeah, it's a really interesting look at the very beginnings of a psychopath.
Yeah.
And like how he just doesn't care.
No, and you know that Samson would kill again.
Oh, yeah. Well, the way that he was like, it made me feel alive.
Yeah. And it's that scene, so brilliant. The scene with he and Hopper on the beach, and he's going nuts, and he's firing the gun, and he desperately wants Hopper's approval and to be like, yeah, man, we're lady killers.
We're the same.
We're the same.
Yeah.
To give him the justification, or to give him the permission, or to give him, the feeling that it's okay to relieve him of whatever tiny little bit of guilt or remorse that he feels. He wants so desperately to have a partner in crime.
A friend, yeah.
And it can't be Crispin Glover, because he just sees him as just, a toady, a milk toad, this guy that's just gone. And
Lane sees Samson as a character. Like, he's not, it's like I feel like Samson feels that of like, I need to do something to feel like I'm alive.
Crispin Glover has a savior complex, and he needs to save his buddy. His buddy doesn't want to be saved.
Right.
He doesn't care. He doesn't see it the way Crispin Glover sees it. Crispin Glover has romanticized this. She was talking shit about him, man. What else was he going to do? She was talking about his dead mom, man. Yeah. So what else could he do? And that's not what happened at all. She didn't say anything. He just did it. Unprovoked. He's like, I looked at her, and I put my hands around her neck, and I felt the power, and I watched her die.
Yeah.
And I felt great. And I felt alive for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Because probably for the first time in a long time, from smoking dope and drinking, he actually felt something.
Right.
And that's what's the tragedy about this, and so many of these kids that do these kind of things, is that they want to feel something.
Yeah.
I think the awakening that Samson has from this murder, it's the awakening of, probably a serial killer.
Yeah.
But it's also, he's coming out of his shell in the weirdest way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just the brilliant various responses from all these different people, whether it's Keanu Reeves, who knows from the beginning it's wrong, but finally gets to where he turns him in, does the right thing.
Yeah.
And Crispin Glover, again, we keep talking about, thinks it's in the movie. And Ione Skye, who feels bad, but also doesn't understand why she doesn't feel bad.
Yeah.
The greatest thing is she's like, well, maybe we'll cry at the funeral.
Yeah.
Because maybe it'll feel real then.
Right.
It didn't feel real to her, I suppose, Yeah.
And
then Joshua Miller, who just uses it to fuel the anger and frustration that he feels, that is just this red screen across his eyes where he's always effing angry about, his lot in life. And it gives him an outlet to be like, well, I get to pay back my brother because he punched me, and he's a traitor, and traitors die.
I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, but it's this kind of black and white.
Yeah.
It's very childish the way that these kids see it.
Sure, of
They're
course.
not adults.
No.
And that's what's brilliant about it, too. And all three of these movies do such a great job of not infantilizing or adultalizing these kids.
Yeah.
These are kids. And all three of these movies just do a brilliant job of giving us a slice of life of what it was like to be a teenager in the 70s, the early 80s, and the end of the 80s.
If you want to watch this, it is available on. We downloaded it again through the Internet Archive. It's available on there. Just look up Internet Archive and River's Edge. You can purchase it, which I recommend. You can get it for like $20 on Blu-ray through Amazon.
Get it on DVD. You don't need a Blu-ray of this.
I don't even think the DVD is available anymore.
Probably not. But if you haven't seen this movie, or you haven't seen it in a while, watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. And it's worth seeing, and it's a good reminder that we need to have a little bit more empathy in our lives.
Definitely. And this month, has solidified more than any other month. My choice not to have kids was probably the best choice I've ever made.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We'll be back next week with our stepdad show. We'll talk more about this and other fun student kids in trouble.
Oh, yeah. So let's maybe talk about some of the trouble we got into as kids.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That'll be fun.
I was just a breath away from being arrested a lot of times.
I know what you're talking about. I never got caught.
I didn't get caught either, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I probably could have used a little bit of comeuppance in my youth.
Yeah.
But, hey, man, you could at least got me a Michelob, and it's warm. Crispin Glover... Leave it to Daddy.
Leave it to Daddy.
What's that?
Yeah.
The
Daddy knows,
Father knows best.
Father knows best. That's
Father
it.
knows best.
And then of course the Matrix fan.
The mattress.
The mattress franchise. Yes.
Yes. Cold Cast.
Cold Case. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Cold Cast about people's casts that get very cold, or casted. It's about the cast of Northern Exposure. Sorry. Cold Case. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Head of the class. Already in progress.